Okay, let's give our livers some love and attention and learn about what our liver really does for us. Um, like we talked about yesterday, there's only so much we can control in our environment, and we've talked about ways that we might be able to improve our surroundings. I recommended previously using safer cosmetic products that do not disrupt our delicate endocrine balance, because while individually these products may pose a little risk, most of us use multiple products on our bodies throughout the day. So this obviously includes like makeup, skincare, deodorant, even laundry detergent, because that sits on our skin when we're wearing our clothes. Skin Deep on the EWG website, like I mentioned yesterday, is one of my favorite resources to check and see how clean the current products are that you're using. So reducing environmental toxins overall reduces our toxic burden on our liver so that it can focus on properly detoxing the things that are most important for our bodies. And while reducing our environmental toxins, we also need to reduce the toxin load on our liver in the way of what we consume, mainly alcohol. Yes, this is going to be talking about alcohol, so let's get into why it's not good. Most of you guys know my alcohol story. I went from drinking every day and more on the weekends for years to a complete stop when I found out that I was pregnant with Mila, which was really, really hard, by the way. And I know it contributed to my pre and postpartum depression, just cutting myself off so abruptly that way. That's a topic for another day. I didn't really drink much in between my pregnancies, so I didn't really pick it back up until, let's get real here, until COVID started. Mike and I were like, okay, we're going to lift the no drinking rule during the week until COVID is over. And we all know how that went. So needless to say, I was drinking most days, usually just a couple of glasses of wine later in the night to settle down. Until over time, I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm so over feeling this way. And I knew it was largely contributed to alcohol and the things that I was eating because I was drinking alcohol. So it wasn't just about the alcohol. It was everything that went with it. It was the lifestyle. I thought about quitting entirely for a while, and then I said, well, let me just try cutting back. But no one was stopping me, and it was all I had been doing for almost 20 years, just drinking. That was it. Until Christmas Day in 2021. And I just went cold turkey, and I didn't intend for it to be for forever. I just wanted to take a break. So I quit alcohol, coffee, and cigarettes. I drank 3 times in 2022 for special occasions, and I haven't drank since July of 2022. So it's been almost a year now. And it's not that I'm not allowing myself, I just have zero interest in it. It does nothing for me anymore, and it just makes me feel like shit. So it's like once you step away long enough, you really give your body a chance to feel how you feel about it. Once you eliminate a toxin from your body long enough, you know if it's something that is worth it to consume or something that you feel okay doing occasionally. So that 80-20 rule again. But let's get into what actually happens to your liver when you drink alcohol, which I have learned over the last few months in my nutrition program, and it just makes me that much more grateful that I don't drink anymore. Okay, so our liver, which detoxes alcohol, plays an essential role in also processing our body's hormones. So when we drink alcohol, it has to make a decision, and since alcohol is technically a toxin, it always wins. It also often increases night sweats and hot flashes for women as we progress into perimenopause, which I'm about to be reaching. In particular, wine, which can increase your estrogen by as much as 10% just from one glass. So can we please get away from the mommy wine culture? I feel like it's finally starting to die off, I hope, because that was a horrible trend. Alcohol also depletes magnesium, which is an important mineral to alleviate menstrual cramps. Research shows that having more than one drink a day can increase your PMS symptoms by up to 45%. So magnesium is such an important supplement we should be taking, especially as women. We can get into magnesium another day. There are so many other things that have been like popping into my head as I'm sharing all these videos, and it's just too much to share in just a couple of days, and it's also overwhelming. So I will probably offer more of these in the future, for anyone that's interested, because there's so much to talk about. But anyways, back to the liver. So one of the liver's jobs is to take substances that if they were to accumulate in your body, they could be harmful. The liver has to take those substances and change them into something that is less harmful so that you can then excrete it. The human body actually cannot excrete alcohol. It's poisonous to us. And I don't say that lightly. When we take it in, the liver has to change alcohol into acetaldehyde. And if our body isn't able to get rid of the acetaldehyde effectively, it will accumulate, and it's actually the acetaldehyde that can lead us to get headaches the next day. The liver will always prioritize what it's dealing with. So it will deal with the glass of wine before it deals with something that the body has made itself, like extra cholesterol from your body, for example. So it will release the cholesterol back into your body, and then your body will start to recycle that cholesterol. And that's one way that your blood cholesterol goes up. With a blood test for cholesterol, 80% of it has been made by the liver, and the diet contributes to about 20% of that number. The same thing happens with estrogen. The liver will release it back out into the blood if it doesn't process it, which is linked to a lot of women's reproductive cancers. Are you guys seeing all the linkage here? This stuff is huge. Like, we have to take care of our livers, and unfortunately, alcohol, it's no bueno. When the liver cells die because they can no longer regenerate themselves, fat globules take its place. Fatty liver. So typically that's what happens to alcoholics. They get a fatty liver. But nowadays we have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. We're seeing it in teenagers and people who have never consumed alcohol. And the fat accumulated in the liver is potentially simply from the amount of processed food that these children have consumed in this relatively short lifespan up until now. It is so sad. Again, the childhood diseases and obesity is what hurts me the most, and why I want to educate parents more than anyone. Like, I want to help children, help educate parents on having healthier adults, raising healthier adults. Okay, now here's a shocker. What is the best way to detox your liver? It's actually eating nutrient-dense foods and limiting or eliminating alcohol, of course, and other liver-hurting substances. I will share some more information on some liver-loving foods with this video. But just know that if you're trying to help your liver out in any way, again, diet is huge in what we eat. So nutrient-dense foods are really going to help your liver process things properly and help heal it. So I will post more information. I could talk about this all day, but we need to move on to other things. So that's what I'll leave you with. And of course, again, if you have any more questions or if you just need support or help with any of these topics, I'm here. All right, I'll talk to you guys again soon.